There was a fun Twitter exchange this week between MJF and Conor McGregor, two of the sports world's biggest mouths, the biggest shit talkers, the cockiest, most braggadocious, brash, arrogant, shit talking motherfuckers in the entire business. Conor McGregor and MJF got into it this week on Twitter. It started with MJF taking a shot at Paddy Pimblett, saying that is an Irish MMA fighter, basically saying that on TMZ Sports, he called him a dollar store Conor McGregor, which is accurate, to say the least. But Conor McGregor responded, and this is what he had to say. He said, "A dollar store Conor is still worth millions. Let's go, young Paddy Pim. Don't know who this other clown is." This other clown he is referring to is MJF, who was quick to not let that slide. And MJF responds, "I'll fuck the Conor clone up. Then I'll wipe my ass with the original. Stay in your lane, you roided up leprechaun." Stay in your lane, you roided up leprechaun. You can't hang with the AEW world champ. Better than you. Hashtag better than you. As far as I've been able to find, Conor has not responded to that. Probably doesn't want to give MJF the attention. But MJF going for it there. That's a good way to get some spotlight on himself. Taking shots at Conor McGregor. Look, if anybody can hang in a shit-talking back and forth with MJF, it's Conor McGregor. I don't know if you follow MMA much or how familiar you are with the actual Conor McGregor promo, but you see him at these press conferences and shit, and he says the wildest shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's brutal with his tongue, just like MJF is. It's a verbal joust that I would love to see. I would love to see these two fucking get together and just go back and forth. I wish Conor would have responded. I wish we would have seen a little bit more from that. But hopefully MJF can continue to poke the bear a little bit and stir something up with a guy like Conor. And look, Conor, it would be a great fit for pro wrestling because he's kind of past his prime in MMA now at this point, which isn't a knock. It happens very quickly in MMA. You know, you're on your way up, you reach your peak, you're on top for a couple pay-per-views, and then suddenly like somebody knocks you off and you're never the same after that. You know, you're just on your way back down. And Conor, you know, spent a lot of time at the top, and he's still a tough bastard, and he can still hang with pretty much anybody, I would imagine, but he's not the Conor of old. But when he's still got that kind of gas in the tank, and you have the gift of gab, and you have that kind of recognizable face, it might not hurt to follow the path to from MMA to WWE or to AEW. Conor, he'd probably do better in WWE, obviously. Follow Logan Paul there, kind of do that whole same thing. He'd be great for it. The way that he talks shit, he's one of the best all-time promos. He's up there with a Roddy Piper. He's up there with The Rock. He's up there with, seriously, this isn't hyperbole here. If you're familiar with Conor, if you're not, go search his shit up on YouTube, because this dude can hang with the best of them. I really would love to see a verbal joust between Conor and MJF. And this is good. This is smart for MJF to keep doing this kind of stuff. This is a great way because he's in. Did you notice the branding? You can't hang with the AEW world champion. This is why MJF is also, as I said last week, is a good company man as well. He is the leader of AEW, and him doing this kind of shit is great. It's great for publicity. It's great to keep that name recognition out there in the mainstream. Go out and pick fights with these mainstream names, not just fighters, but like anybody. Take a shot at Will Smith if you get the chance to. You know what I mean? Go out there and be MJF to get your name known to the public, bro. Get out in the, because one of these days, this already was picked up by a bunch of people, including myself, right? But just imagine if they would have went back and forth a little bit more. It's going to stir up attention every time he does it. He gets one of these celebrities if he goes and picks a fight with a celebrity and gets them to bite and they have a little bit of a back and forth, that's great. More people are going to have eyes on it. They're going to hear about AEW. They're going to hear about MJF. It's the same shit that MJF did. There was a lady, God, I forgot. I covered it. It was months ago now, though. There was a lady who does a talk show, apparently, and she was like a daytime talk show, completely separate from wrestling. And she said she ran into MJF at the airport. And her son is a big fan of MJF, and she tried to approach MJF and to, get a picture or an autograph or something. And MJF basically told her to fuck off. And she was so offended by this, and there was no cameras around. There was nothing. And she was so offended that she had to go on her show and talk about it and talk about how horrible of a person this MJF is. And she's like, I'm friends with Mark Henry. I'll get Mark Henry on your ass. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell him what you did. Henry's just going to laugh because that's MJF. You know what I mean? And even she even said her kid, who is the MJF fan, was like, no, Mom, that's don't be mad. That's what MJF does. That's how he is. That's MJF, He wouldn't have it any other way. And that's the brilliance of MJF. So him out there stirring the pot with all these celebrities, with his sharp wit and his devil tongue. There are few, if anybody, that can actually hang with MJF. Even a Conor McGregor, I think, might have, had to tap out to MJF's verbal jousting, if you will. But I like it. It's good shit. I want to see more of it. It's good for the business. It's good for MJF's brand. And we'll catch you in the next video.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.